For extreme hair growth, apply this twice a week. This natural remedy can work on many different types of hair loss problems, whether it's autoimmune, nutritional, or even an overgrowth of some type of fungus or pathogen. And you're going to be using the juice of an onion. I'm going to show you how to supercharge that recipe to take it to the next level. If you're skeptical, you should be, because there's so many things out there that really don't work. People want to know, is my hair going to smell like an onion? You're going to actually wash your hair twice after you apply this. There's not going to be any smell of onion. What is so special about an onion juice health benefits onion that can help your hair? It's loaded with sulfur. The sulfur is not necessarily related to hair loss, but it is related to the raw material that can help build the main protein in hair, which is called keratin. Keratin is sulfur-based. Onions have the highest amount of quercetin. Quercetin is going to help your hair. One of the biggest things that quercetin does is it helps suppress this autoimmune attack T-cell situation. If your hair loss is alopecia, where you have these patches of hair coming out, it can help you. On top of everything, quercetin helps increase the growth hormones of the hair follicle, which is right at the root of the hair itself. And on top of all of that, quercetin is a powerful antimicrobial, protecting your scalp against overgrowth of yeast, fungus, mold, and if you also have dandruff or some other problems going on the scalp, that can help you as well. Let me simply tell you how to do it, and then I'm going to get into a few little tweaks to this recipe to take it to the next level. This whole recipe, how to use onion juice for hair growth, is based on an organic red onion because red has the most quercetin. Take one onion, chop it into small pieces, put it into the blender, and blend it down. Then you're going to take the blended slurry and put it through a cheesecloth so you can separate out the liquid into a container. Now, it would be good if you had some type of squeeze bottle that you can put it into, but you don't really need that. All you need is a little container, maybe a mason jar. And then the next thing you're going to do when you go into the shower is you're going to get your hair wet, and then you're going to take this liquid and you're going to start to massage it into your hair, the actual roots as well, for a couple minutes. Once you get it massaged into the hair, you will then come out of the shower, dry your body off, and then leave this mixture in your hair for about 30 minutes. But I would personally recommend to leave it in your hair for 1 hour. And you can probably just use a shower cap as well. Then what you're going to do is go back into the shower, rinse it off, shampoo your hair actually twice to remove any odor that you might not like. You're going to just do that twice a week, okay? For about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, as far as hair growth, you should start noticing some hair growth after week 3 or 4. Superfoods for hair. Now, let's take your results to the next level. There's 2 things that you can try. The first one is going to be pretty cool, but the second one is going to be even cooler. It's simply just adding something to the onion juice. You're going to be adding 5 drops of rosemary oil. What is so special about rosemary oil? Well, in a randomized trial in 2015, they compared rosemary oil to one of the top medications for epilepsy, and they found rosemary by itself was as effective as this medication. Rosemary oil has several phytonutrients that are anti-inflammatory, are antioxidant, that stimulate the scalp in a way that increases blood flow, and it's great for autoimmune issues. The onion juice by itself has been shown to be pretty effective. So, in a study in the Journal of Dermatology, they split this group in half and half of the group did onion juice on their hair, and the other half just did water. And just within 6 weeks, the group that used the onion juice had an 86.9% result. And when I talk about results, I'm talking about significant hair regrowth. Compared to the other group, which just used water, only had a 13% result. Now, there was another study on mice. The group that used the quercetin, and they actually did separate out just the quercetin from the onion, showed regeneration of the hair in all of the treated groups, and in the untreated groups, there was no regrowth of hair. So now let's supercharge this recipe and take it to the next level. Your how to ferment onion juice for hair, basically going to enhance the onion juice. Now, how do you do that? You're going to ferment it. You're going to take 1 onion. You're going to take the peel off. You're going to chop it up. You put it in the blender, strain out the pulp, and then take that slurry and put it into a mason jar. And then you're going to add a 8 oz cup of water. And then you're going to take a teaspoon of sea salt. Then you're going to add a half a teaspoon of raw honey. Mix it up really good. Put a cheesecloth over the mason jar or even a coffee filter. Then you're going to put it on your counter so it can ferment for 72 hours. And you're going to notice within the second day is these little tiny CO2 bubbles, carbon dioxide bubbles popping up. What you're doing is you're enhancing the quercetin. The nutrition that's in there is also going to be enhanced because the microbes are going to actually make more vitamins. So basically, we're taking this antidote to hair loss, onion juice, and we're magnifying it. And also, the pH of the onion juice is going to be becoming more acidic to about 5, which is going to be very therapeutic to your scalp. Now, at this point, you want cheesecloth, okay? So you can separate out the liquid and put it in that squeeze bottle and then apply to your hair, just like I have already talked about, which is getting your hair wet and then massaging it into your scalp for a few minutes and then coming out of the shower, waiting for 1 hour with a shower cap if you want. Then you're going to go back in the shower, rinse out your hair very thoroughly, and shampoo your hair twice. And I would recommend doing this twice a week for 6 weeks or even longer, depending on your situation. A couple hair regrowth tips, other key things to note. There's so many different mechanisms involved with vitamin D in hair growth or loss of hair that you should be taking at least 10,000 or 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every day or get a good amount of sun. I have a free download that I want to give to you. This free download is my daily routine in a checklist. This is a routine that I use every day to feel like I'm 18 years old, even though I'm 60 years old. And I want to give it to you for free. And so there's a little link down below. Click it and definitely download that. And the only other thing you need to have attention on is to make sure you're eating the right foods to support the nutrients for your hair. And if you haven't seen this video on that topic, I'll put it up right here. Check it out.